Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout for Scrap the Boys for the month of March, and we are playing along with the CSI challenge. So I'm trying to solve case file 382, and so I've done a little bit of prep work. I'm using this Lawn Fawn paper from the Hollow Sunshine collection, and I have added a cut file, which is a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file. It's called the Stitched Kite Trails. And so I've stitched some of that, but I will show you a little bit of stitching in a moment. I'm just going ahead and taking these kites. Now the cut file comes with just one kite, but I have copied it and cut it out two more times, and I'm just sticking it down on this stripy paper. I'm just putting it on that angle because I wanted those lines to be straight across the kite. So I'm sticking that down. I'll come back with that in a moment, but I just thought I'd show you a little bit of the stitching. Now this is a chain stitch. I have showed some stitching on my channel before. It is a little bit difficult to show, but see how you go. Like you can see, I'm just leaving a little bit of an end and using some washi tape to stick it down. So I have come up through the hole from the back to the front. Now I've created a little loop and I'm going back down through that same hole to create that loop that I'm holding there with my thumb. Then I come up through the next hole and make sure that that thread is coming up through the loop so it creates that chain stitch. Now I will show you again. Hopefully it's a little bit easier to see. It is quite difficult to sort of hold up to my camera there. So I'm come up through the back of that one hole. I'm going to go back down that same hole and hold a little bit of that thread with my thumb so that it creates a loop. Then I'm going to come back up through the next hole, making sure that that needle comes up through, oops, I've dropped it, comes back up through the through that loop to create that chain stitch. So this cut file really didn't take me too long to do. I did most of it the night before, just sitting in front of the TV, and then that last little bit didn't take too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out these kites from that paper. So I'm just, as you can see, just cutting those kites out just with my scissors on a slight angle facing in towards the cut file so that, you know, I get that clean cut where you don't see any of that paper going outside those white kind of lines of the cut file. So I'm just going to cut those out. And as you can see, I've got this cute little photo of Sebastian. I think he was, I'm not sure, he was standing here. I'm not sure if he was walking. I can't remember the exact date, but he was dressed up in this, I think he was walking, just walking. So he's dressed up in this gorgeous little sort of waterproof suit with his beanie on. It was certainly winter here in Australia, and his gumboots. And I hadn't scrapped it, and I really wanted to scrap it. It really reminded me of the graphic that you'll see in that case file. So really prompted me to to scrap this photo. And I really like how this is coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of these Lawn Fawn papers to to create mats on my photo. So I've used a light pink. Now I'm coming in with this deeper pink. And I love how this turned out. Obviously with that blue background and those kites, I did make a bit of a mistake. I'd sort of cut it a little bit close, but it doesn't matter in the end. I make it work. So I'm just trimming around the edge there. And I wasn't sure what other layer to create, but I'm going to go ahead and use this sort of more white photo mat, so those rainbows, and just cut with my scissors. It was just easier that way. Less lining up and less error. So then I'm going to finish with this yellow paper. So yeah, I really think that makes the photo pop. It gives it some lift off the page. It'll give it some dimension. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that photo down and then start creating my layout. So I only had the papers in this Lawn Fawn collection. So now I am going to use the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Sunkissed collection as my embellishments. And I'm just laying down some foam squares there so that I can pop that photo up. With the stitching in the background, I needed to make sure that the photo was going to be balanced. And so I needed those foam squares to adhere my photo. And as you can see, I'm placing those other two kites around the edge of my photo there. So that one at the top, actually, you know, where the stitching ends, it sort of sits nicely in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just lay out these resin bows. These are also from Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and they've been in my collection for ages, and I really thought this was a great opportunity to get them onto a page and use them all up. So I used every single one I have and thought that was great. So I am just reconsidering where I'm putting that kite, because there was a bin in the background of this photo, and yeah, it was a bit too red. I didn't like how it stood out, so I was trying to work out how to you know, cover it up a little bit. And I pull out this Love This sort of sentiment from the die cut ephemera, and that is going to become my title, but I do have a bit of a play with it in terms of where I place it. There was also a person in the background, but now looking at this video, it's really hard to see it. I was trying to cover it up, but in the end, it just got too much across the photo, so I do just leave it. I have covered up that bin with that sentiment that says good vibes here. Now, I don't think that stays, spoiler alert. I do fuss around a little bit with the ephemera and what I'm going to use. I have added a tab up the top that says so happy, but I'm going to go ahead and sort of place that Love This title on the bottom corner of my photo, and I like how that looks. And then I start playing with the floral ephemera, and I really love how this turns out. So I'm going to use that floral ephemera to cover up some of that sort of, you know, that background, that bin in the background of the photo there. And I'm just going to try and create a cluster here in the top corner. The bottom one was fussy cut from one of the papers in this collection, and so the top one I'm trying to create, you know, using the die cut ephemera. So I'm using this Halma 450 glue to stick these resin bows down. I think this is probably the best glue. You know, please let me know if you think there's something better for sticking resin down on some fabric. Well, it's you know, it's going over that stitching, so I needed something that was going to be pretty strong. Obviously, it is a bit sticky, and you know, it makes a little bit of a mess, but you know, it dries okay, and you can't see it when I'm finished. So as you can see, I'm just going through and seeing what else, you know, if I can make another of those fussy cut florals work. But I do want the die cut ephemera, but it just felt like the white borders around them were a little bit too much. So I am just fussy cutting those out. So while I'm doing that, I don't know if I've left all of this in, I hope not. But while I'm doing that, I will let you know I've left links below to the Scrap the Boys Facebook group. Please go over and join there. You'll be able to enter the challenge for the month, and also you'll see everyone from the DT's wonderful creations. You'll get lots of inspiration from other people playing along, and you know, this collaboration with CSI challenge blog as well this month. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these floral pieces down. I have also added some tiny words, which is smiles for miles and cute stuff, because I really thought this photo was super cute of my little boy. So I'm just using some wet adhesive to stick that down, and I do stick this photo down, this die cut ephemera, the title, Love This, but I do need to come in with a little bit of a foam square just to bump up the L on that love, because it was, you know, it wasn't quite sitting flat. I'm going to go ahead and pop up this sun. I thought that worked really well, just the plain sun die cut ephemera. And I do go through a little bit to see what else I can make work. I kind of fuss around a little bit, so you'll see me, you know, see what else I can make work. I've got the puffy stickers there. I am going to go ahead though and add some of these gorgeous die cut hearts, and also the puffy sticker hearts. Oh my gosh, I needed a whole sheet of these puffy sticker hearts from this collection. I am really looking forward to the new boy collection. That is, you know, I've already done a pre-order. It's coming. Yeah, I can't get enough of the Cocoa Vanilla Studio boy collections. They are just awesome. So that No Limits one is hopefully arriving, you know, as soon as it's shipping. I can't wait. So I am pretty much finishing. I'm just going to pack up some of this ephemera here, because I am going to add some splatters with some white acrylic ink. This is the Liquitex acrylic ink. Now you will see me struggle a little bit in splattering that around, or just getting the right brush. Oh, I think I've gone off camera. That's right. I do go ahead and get my Tim Holtz glass mat, just so I don't make too much of a mess with my desk there. But that is about it for my layout. So thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Go and check out the Facebook group. Bye everyone.